Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone's doing well. So if you didn't check out the video yesterday, go ahead and check it out because I actually ended it off with sort of like a part two. So I wanted to really dip into how the karmic energies are really attracted to the divine feminine, or how they may be learning from you with this connection, because a lot of you might have questions as to why it is you're caught up in these cycles, why it is you may feel stuck, why you can't get out. And I feel like a lot of you maybe are coming into the understanding that the karmic partners play a great role in teaching you lessons, your divine masculine, and even they themselves have a lot to learn. So right now I'm picking up on a lot of them learning from the divine feminine, okay? One thing too I want to talk about with the divine feminine energy, because a lot of you, when you went through your awakening or you started feeling like you were ascending in some way, maybe seeing things a little bit differently than everybody else around you, for example, what happened was that your masculine energy was being balanced. Maybe very early on in your connection, a lot of you were faced with a lot of hardships, maybe with your employment or just family issues, having to stand up for yourself in some way. Whereas before meeting your divine masculine, you were in the feminine energy, but it was like there was too much feminine energy overpowering your soul. I feel like you needed the masculine to come through for you in this lifetime in order to help you get through a lot of the tougher lessons that you were facing. And I'm not just talking about like just walking through life and you have a little problem here and there. I'm talking about a lot of deep lessons many of you in the feminine energy have learned, and it's kind of catapulted you into your spiritual journey, and then throwing your twin flame in there, and that's many of you started piecing together that you were on a spiritual journey. And so like even for myself, like I feel like what catapulted me as well into my spiritual journey was like coming across my divine masculine, trying to piece this all together, and then having like a huge tower moment, I want to say, in my life. It was like a death that I experienced, like, you know, from the tarot perspective. And I've told this story previously, but there's been a lot of new subscribers since I mentioned it. But at my last place of employment, while I was pregnant with my son, this happened about 4 years ago. I was pregnant at about 5 months, and like I was sexually harassed at work, and I reported it and nothing was done about it. And for me, it was just so shocking because I thought, you know, women have rights, and, you know, furthermore, I'm pregnant, and like who the hell harasses a pregnant woman? You know what I mean? And so because nothing was done about it, I actually worked for like a major company in Canada. And so for them to really not do anything about it was really alarming. And so I ended up walking off the job and I filed a human rights complaint. And so I went through a long process of basically going through that whole commission and tribunal process and acting as my own representation, my own legal representation. And I did this all while I was pregnant, guys. I was like such a badass mama bear. And so I feel like a lot of that experience really helped me balance my own masculine energy. And all of this happened while I was like trying to piece the whole twin flame journey together. And while I was in the midst of all of this chaos in my workplace, that's when my divine masculine came forward with communication for the very first time. And so, you know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of you will have a lot of experiences that will prepare you to interact with your masculine in a way that's going to now help him to balance his feminine energies within himself. Okay. Now I'm going to dig into a little bit as well about the karmic energies and like why they watch the divine feminine, or why they may be so attracted to you. And I feel like what's coming through very clearly here is they really adore and love the way that you command the masculine's respect. And you have changed the masculine in ways where it's balancing karma between the masculine and his karmic partner as well. Because I feel like there has been injustice, okay? And not only injustice from the karmic towards the masculine, but the masculine towards the karmic. And that's why there's this cycle of both of them not being able to get out of that connection. It's because like no one's standing up and doing the right thing and walking away. It's just kind of tit for tat, tit for tat. And so I feel like the feminine steps in and she really helps the masculine to take control of his own energy and to step into being like more of that emperor energy rather than like page or knights, just very kind of like immature and waking up and living the spontaneous life. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, like, I feel like with the Emperor, he lives a spontaneous life, but he also has plan B down packed. So if you guys can, get my gist there. And that's what I feel like the Divine Feminine has embodied. Okay. She's like, in this reading, this is a Divine Feminine who takes care of herself. She takes care of her family. She takes care of her community. Like, it's Empress energy, and it's Empress energy because you guys had to drag through the mud in order to get there, and you've earned it. And this is why a lot of you, again, I've said this a lot of times, are kicking your feet up and enjoying the hard work that you've been through, because you did the spiritual work. You didn't run from the life lessons that were being thrown at you. You didn't freeze up. You stepped into your masculine energy and you dealt with it. And when you were done, you're like, all right, I'm ready to sit down like a lady now. And so many of you, again, like, started getting into that Empress energy. And this is why I feel like a lot of the karmic partners, like, they watch you in a sense. They think that you are beautiful. They think that you are strong. And that's why sometimes, like, if the lower side of their energy gets caught up on that, it could be, like, it could turn into envy. And so, many of you need to know that a lot of the karmic partners, like, they don't see you as, like, a threat all the time. Like, it's like, behind those insecure feelings, it's like admiration that's coming through, because you're just like their masculine in some ways. Your drive reminds them of their divine masculine. Yeah, you're just like him, and he's just like you, and it doesn't matter what kind of dynamic you guys are in. He is you and you are him. You're both creative. The card says the flow of inspiration. So you inspire this karmic without them, a lot of the times even being wanted to. They're just drawn to look at you, look at what you're up to, just learning from you in some way. And it's benefiting them. It's making them grow. It's making them learn. And that's why a lot of you are involved in these third-party situations. The lesson is meant to embrace who it is you are and detach yourself from trying to hold on to these third parties. Or even if you're masculine, for example, is with a karmic partner who's having trouble letting go, like, you be the one to let go, Divine Feminine, and eventually, like, they will be faced with each other, and that's it. Because in these situations, a lot of the time, I feel like the feminine fuels the connection between the karmic partner and the masculine, because the feminine's energy to them is like, it's energetic, and that's just feminine energy, period. Okay, it is just energetic and sensual, and it can bring up a lot of sexual energy as well. And again, if the karmic and masculine are imbalanced, that sexual energy can be wasted. And that's why the masculines are drawn to the feminine sexual energy, because it's not draining. It makes them feel creative. And along with the kind of like competition is what it creates with the karmic partner, even with the masculine as well. So a lot of the times when the feminine steps away, the karmic partners and the masculine can engage in those types of like lower energy, like games. And that's what has them stuck on the wheel of karma in the first place, Anyway, okay, so the garden at the top of the world. Yeah, that's the Divine Feminine, just kind of enjoying herself. Always creative, like, you're always thinking. You might be a feminine who spends a lot of time by herself. Hang tight, guys. Let me just turn my heater off. All right, so yeah, I definitely feel that you are a Divine Feminine who spends a lot of time by yourself. You're very careful with your time and your energy, and this is also something that the karmic partners observe about you. I think in the past they might have been like, oh, like, she's so weird, like, such a loner, like, but now they're starting to understand why it is you spend time alone, how it is you protect and preserve your energy. And I think that now the masculines as well find that very attractive about you. It's very mysterious about the feminine, and I think that now that the karmic partners are kind of calming down and looking at their behaviors and things like that, they're like backtracking on their social media pages, and they're kind of seeing how much they really just try to like outpour their energy in such inappropriate ways. And it's like, there's nothing wrong obviously with like taking pictures of yourself and feeling confident and feeling good, but when it's attached to a feeling of doing it because you're looking for validation from the outside, that's when it just kind of gets you into a cycle of feeling like even lower and lower and lower, because the love and the confidence have to come from you, not validation from other people. And so that's why a lot of these karmics too are kind of like, stepping back, like they're kind of tippy-toeing backwards, because like I said in the last reading, a lot of them tried to come at you and provoke you in a certain way, and you really had to embody that empress energy by not reacting at all and sitting still, and just allowing people to take part in the show while you were just part of the audience, divine feminine. That's what I'm seeing here. And again, that's really why they find you attractive. I think a lot of the times they kind of wish that they could embody that type of style. The masculines like your style, divine feminines, and I feel like no matter how much the karmic tries to embody that, the lesson will always be to have like their own unique style and learn to love their own unique style. Another message too I was picking up on is like, and I think this is why I touched on it in the last video, is to help you guys understand how masculine and feminine energy works. I'll tell you guys a little story. I remember like back in the day, and a lot of you might resonate with this as well. I used to, go to clubs and stuff with my girlfriends, and like, from the outside, I feel like I can appear very feminine if I want to. Like back in the day, I would wear like my little short dresses and my little stilettos and all my jewelry and do my hair, and like to the average eye, appear as a very feminine woman. But when I would go out and like interact and just kind of talk and, chat with other women out and about in places and things like that, I would always find feminine women coming towards me in like a romantic sense or in like a sexual sense. And I would be like, whoa. I was, really just being friendly. But what I started realizing was that it was the energy that I was giving out when I was talking to them. So although I was dressed very feminine from head to toe, there was something about the way I was carrying myself. And a lot of you guys might find this. It's like no matter how feminine you appear, or how much of that signal that you might send out that you are, you prefer one orientation over the other. I feel like for feminine women, sometimes it doesn't matter because you don't realize that you're carrying such a masculine charge in the moment that women are just naturally attracted to this energy. So if you go out, you might find that women stare at you. They can't help but just look at you, and you might be like, okay, like why are all these women looking at me? You're like you looking at your outfit, like, is everything good? It's not that there's anything wrong with you. It's that you look attractive. Like there's something about you that's like, that woman over there is more than pretty. Like she's attractive. Okay. So, that's what I'm getting. Okay. And this could be for your masculine as well. Like he might be really adored by women, but also just the way that he can be sometimes in terms of like balancing his energy. I find that even he can sometimes even attract other men around him, for example, that might stare at him or stop and be like, wow, that guy's actually very handsome. You know what I mean? So it's an energy thing is what I'm getting. And that's why a lot of the time some of these karmic partners can find themselves just watching you, or you guys may find yourselves feeling like you're watched, or you might feel like somehow they're like trying to be you or mimicking your style, or like they've been stalking you because then they start like showing up in the same places that you visit or you frequent, you know what I mean? Or like trying to like embody you on vacation or something like that, or going to spots that you would normally go to, and you're kind of like scratching your head going, what the heck is going on here? I don't get that it's in a bad way. I just get that it's, I like that energy. I like it. I'm not supposed to, because obviously the dynamic that's going on here is that the masculine's attracted to you, right, feminine? And it feels weird for the karmics because they're like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be watching her like this and feeling this type of way. I'm supposed to be, I guess, like what, jealous, envious, but again, they can't help it just be a little bit bewildered. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with you minding your own business, divine feminine. Okay, I'm going to take this one. There's way too many that fell out, but I like this card, secrets and discoveries. Okay, and that's the secret here that a lot of you guys don't know, is that the reason they watch you and watch you from afar, okay, is because they like your style. And I love that she's reading the book too, because it reminds me of that song. Is it a 50 Cent song? I know you like my style. You like how I break it down. They enjoy learning from you, Divine Feminine. They find you sexy. They love that you mind your own business. They love that you don't necessarily need to make the Divine Masculine the center of your world. It's like you have so much more going on in your life. You're needed in so many places. You are so busy, teaching and learning and sharing, and you see this world as such a beautiful opportunity. It's more than just about this whole big romantic relationship with your masculine. It's about transformation and enjoying life as it comes. And I feel like that is the most attractive thing about you. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short, juicy, sweet read about the karmic update. I promised you that part 2. And here it is. All right. So I love you guys. Take care. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.